Hello. So, I'll bring this closer. So I've been talking about doing it for a while, and I'm finally doing a ranking every Radiohead song video. I've done 2 of these types of videos. I did one for the Beatles and one for the White Stripes quite a while ago. And I always intended to do a Radiohead one. I just kept putting it off, but now I'm doing it. And this will be very difficult and probably will take a while, because I love Radiohead to the point that it can be hard to be objective with ranking their songs, trying to put aside your bias. There are certain albums where I'm just going to want to put them all in the top tier, but I can't. Also, what's going to make this difficult is that this includes not just album tracks, but also non-album tracks, like B-sides and stuff. It's also got remixes, but I am not doing the remixes. I've always avoided the remixes, so I'm going to ignore those. There's nothing here from Kid Amnesia, but this probably was made before then. But this is enough. This is satisfying enough. So I kind of wish this was in a random order, but it seems like it's put all the albums together. But that's fine. So I thought I'd stream it, because why not? If some people come into the chat, maybe it can start some discussion, and I think being able to discuss will maybe make it easier for me to make decisions. So if anyone's watching and you think that I make a placement that's stupid, then be sure to say, because maybe you're right. So yeah, let's just start. So we're starting with the Kid A album. And for some reason the first track it's showing is Untitled, which I don't really count as a track. It's kind of a bonus thing, so I'm going to put it in different. Kid A, the title track, I like the vibe of it. It's very creepy. I like that keyboard line, but I don't love it. I'll put it in It's Great, I reckon. The national anthem, I love. It's so chaotic and loud and crazy. The live versions are great as well. I did put this in my top 10 Radiohead song video, I think, which you'd think would mean I put it in Masterpiece, but it doesn't feel right to put it in Masterpiece. I don't really see it that way. How to Disappear Completely, that is an easy masterpiece. It's a very emotional song. Some of Tom's best lyrics, and it's undeniably a masterpiece. That's an easy S tier, that one. Tree Fingers, isn't it just like instrumental electronic noises? I like it. Optimistic I love it. It's the most traditional rock song on the album. I think it's amazing. I'm getting the feeling that I don't like Kid A as much as some other people do. I do love the album, but I don't think it's perfect. For example, In Limbo is just great. I don't love it. It's always felt slightly off for me. I've always seen it as one of the weaker tracks, unfortunately, but it's still great. Radiohead is S tier, easy. It's very electronic and very dancey, but in a very Radiohead way. I believe people call that IDM music, intelligent dance music. Yeah, Idiotech is an undeniable Radiohead classic. Morning Bell. I am stuck between S tier and A tier. I definitely love it. I think my bias wants to put it in Masterpiece. Like, I don't think it's as good as these tracks, but it's one of my personal favourite tracks on the album. So I'm going to leave it high A for now. I don't know if I'm going to properly sequence it within each tier, but yeah, I don't know. Okay, next up, motion picture soundtrack. I love. It's a great way to close the album. Yeah. It's one of the best Radiohead album closers. But there are so many good ones that it's probably not the best one because there are other ones that are incredible. And Everything in its Right Place is an S tier. It's very simple, but I feel like it's just perfect. I mean what a way to open the album. That keyboard line is just incredible. Is it the best Radiohead opener? It could be. Airbag's pretty incredible. But I mean, it's up there. I Want None of This. I've heard this song like 2 times. I do have Spotify open, if I need to remind myself of any tracks, then I can do that. I think I'd put it in great. But I may need to remind myself. I have a playlist of non-album tracks. Is it on here? Keep the volume low. I can't play too much because I don't want to get taken down. Yeah, I think I'll leave it in great. I haven't really heard it enough times to be confident. I'll leave it there for now. Right, I'm ignoring those. Okay, the Knives Out B-sides. I think they're all just going to be in I like it. None of them stick out to me, but they're cool hidden gems in my opinion. I still recommend you check them out if you haven't heard them. The Iron Lung B-sides are pretty cool. Or I don't know if you call them B-sides or an EP or whichever it is. I mean, the Benz era was like such a high point. They improved so much between Pablo Honey and the Benz, and you can. I mean, I think I'd rather listen to a compilation of leftover tracks from the Benz than Pablo Honey itself. Saying that, I'm still not super familiar with these. I think The Trickster and Lewis are great, and then the rest is just I like it. Yeah. Right, OK Computer. It's a pretty good album. I love Lucky. I love The Tourist. Paranoid Android is my favourite Radiohead song, maybe. Subterranean, whatever it's called, I love. Exit Music is a masterpiece. Oh, nope, not down there. And Exit Music, it's so ominous, and I love the way it climaxes. It's very good. Let Down is A tier. Karma Police is a masterpiece. It's one of their best songs. Fit to Happier, I don't really know where to put because it's a bit weird. I don't dislike it. I like the creepy vibe to it, similar to Kid A, the song. I love it. Electioneering, very heavy. Climbing Up the Walls, it's really creepy, and I like the lyrics. No Surprises is a masterpiece. And Airbag, I'm conflicted. I think it's such a perfect opener to one of the most iconic albums of all time. It kind of has to go in S. So there you go. Do I worry about the exact order here? No, just know that Paranoid Android is my favourite out of all of these. Well, the House of this completely is pretty close. Right. Amnesiac tracks. This will be difficult. First off, Life in a Glass House. That's a very interesting song. It's a very unique style. It's got like a horn section similar to the national anthem, but a very different vibe. I think it's pretty cool, but I don't love it. Yeah, I'll put it in great. Pyramid Song, come on. It can't go any lower than Masterpiece. That's one of the most iconic Radiohead songs. Polk/Pull Revolving Doors, that's the really weird one. A lot of people hate it. I'll just put it in C tier. I don't mind it. You Know Whose Army is great. Some people really love this song. I don't personally, but it's still great. I might be wrong. I did put that in my top 10 favourite radio songs. It is incredible, but I can't bring myself to put it in Masterpiece. But it's cool. It's got a great riff. And Knives Out is I also love. Really melancholy and ominous, and it's got great lyrics. Morning Bell, I'll probably ignore any alternate versions because, I mean, it'll just go in the same space as the other Morning Bell. It's just slightly worse, in my opinion. I don't really know why they redid Morning Bell. Dollars and Cents is a pretty underrated Radiohead song, but I still can't put it in A tier, so I'm going to put it in B tier. Hunting Bears is really weird. I sort of don't know why it exists. That's the one where it's just like guitar noise for like a minute. I guess I'll put it in different. I'm tempted to put it in dislike just because I'm like, why does it exist? Like Spinning Plates. It's great. I'm tempted to put in Love. I feel like there's something about this song that really sticks out to me. You know what? I don't care. I'll put it in. I love it because I personally love it. I don't know if anyone else does, but I do. Oh, that's the opener. The opener, I love the opener, yeah. I can't remember the title now. Packed like sardines in... I don't remember. India Rubber and How Can You Be Sure? How Can You Be Sure? Oh, it's rather great or love it. How can you be sure? I've only heard it. The problem is I'm not as familiar with it because it's not on an album. I'm going to leave it in great, but I feel like it's pretty close to being in love. And India Rubber I also think is great. But you know what, I'm going to put How Can You Be Sure at the top. Not that this is in an order, but yeah. Okay, Pablo Honey. Right. Pablo Honey. This might be the one that's going to be the most all over the place. But I will say that no tracks are going into Masterpiece. None of them. Lurgy, can I... Yeah, I vaguely remember it. I think it's... I'll put that in indifferent. It's a very nothing song to me. Now, Blowout's pretty cool. And I only realised that recently. When I was doing my ranking every track on album series, and I did Pablo Honey first. So I had to actually properly listen to the album, and I realised Blowout's a great song. I almost love it. But I think that like last half of it's a very cool way to end an album that's overall quite boring, but I end up not listening to it the whole way through. Yeah, I get bored of it after a bit. But yeah, B-tier is fine. How Do You really annoys me. I'm sorry. Feel like if I'm in the right mood, I probably enjoy it, but it's just too generic, and maybe it's just because I love Radiohead so much that I can't take this seriously because it's like so un-Radioheady. You, I did love, but I think I'm gonna put it in great. It's kind of gone down recently, just a little bit. I think the riff, the guitar playing is really cool, and the scream that Tom York does about halfway is amazing, and that's kind of the main reason that I liked it. But something is putting me off putting it amongst these songs. So yeah, if anyone wants to try and convince me to place it higher, then please do, because I have a soft spot for this track. Stop Whispering Me is annoying. Thinking About You I used to despise, but for some reason it's grown on me, which is terrible. But yes, I like Thinking About You. Anyone can play guitar. Probably great. Nope. Yeah. One of the better tracks, definitely. Ripcord, I like. And I like Vegetable as well. Those are both enjoyable tracks. Prove Yourself. No, I'm gonna keep it in C tier. But it's the best out of these here, I think. I don't really like, but it's not as bad as these ones. Creep, I hate. I'm kidding. Yeah, I love Creep. I wouldn't put it in Masterpiece, but it's hard to deny that it's a great track. It's just, it can be a bit. I think it's a bit of a shame that a lot of people only know Radiohead for this song. So yeah, Pablo Honey. Look at that, all over the damn place. But I didn't put anything in hate because I don't hate any tracks on Pablo Honey. I probably didn't even need to create the hate tier. I don't think. Okay, The Bends. The Bends is going to be all over the place as well, but a bit higher up in general. I think Sulk is probably my least favourite track, but I still like it. Street Spirit is one of my favourite Radiohead songs. So that's the easiest tier. The Bends is fantastic. Yeah. High and Dry is fantastic. It's sort of overplayed. Like, I swear I've heard it played in like shops, radios in shops more than Creep. Fake Plastic Trees, I will put an S tier. I'm realising I'm quite a bit into the tune, but I haven't actually checked if the mic's working properly. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Bones. Oh, I forgot about Bones. Fake Plastic Trees is a great song. First Radiohead ever heard. Yeah, I love Fake Plastic Trees. I think the lyrics are really good. Yeah. Based opinion. Bones. I'm actually struggling to remember what Bones sounds like. I'll come back to it. Nice Dream. I remember. Nice Dream is great. Just. I love. See, in my head, I don't think of it as like a masterpiece song, but I do love it so much that I kind of want to put it in masterpiece. But I'm going to leave it in there for now. My Iron Lung is minimum A tier, but again, I'm slightly tempted to put it in S. Bulletproof. Yeah, I love Bulletproof. Blame it on the black stone. B tier. I never loved it as much as some other tracks, and I don't love Planet Telex. It's a good opener, but yeah, I don't love it. Bones. I'm going to need to re-listen to Bones. There. Yeah, I remember. Bones is great. So there we are. Overall, I think The Bends is a fantastic album, to be honest. But maybe not quite as consistent as OK Computer. Okay, in Rainbow's Mark II. This might be... Yeah, in Rainbow's Mark II, I think it's probably the best collection of outtake tracks that I've ever heard. Although I haven't listened to it that many times, so I don't feel super confident on my opinion of the individual tracks. I'm going to put these two tracks on indifferent just because they're not really songs. So Mark II is kind of cool, but it feels weird placing it amongst here. Okay, Down is the New Up I love. And also, Where the Fuck is Dead Flower? What's it called? Last Flowers? Oh. Last Flowers I love as well. And the rest... Go Slowly, Up Loud and Bangs and Mash are all B tier in my opinion. They are really good, and yeah, the whole Mark II album is a great source for Radiohead deep cuts. But 4 Minute Warning, I'm not as huge on. I'm just going to put in like. But the overall Mark II is really cool. Yeah. Which I think that shows just how good In Rainbows is, that like the outtakes are that good. There are albums, yeah, Mark II, there are Radiohead albums where I would rather listen to In Rainbows Mark II than those albums. Okay, anyway. Now I have to talk about In Rainbows itself. Now, I'm going to resist the temptation to put it all in S tier, because obviously that would be letting my bias in. I'll start with the ones that I know are S tier. I mean, Weird Fishes, come on. That's not... I legally cannot put that any lower. Nude is S tier. It's... that song blows me away every time. And Jigsaw Falling Into Place, another easy S tier, the way it just gets more and more intense. I love the lyrics. I love the acoustic guitar, I love the vocals. It's just a perfect song. The Closer grew on me over time, and I now think it's a masterpiece. It's another one of those ones where it's just beautifully simple, kind of similar to Everything in Its Right Place. And yeah. I want to put 15 Step in masterpiece. And I'm going to. Because I think it is my personal favourite Radiohead opening track. Yeah. Now, Reckoner and Body Snatchers. Well, first of all, okay, I'm going to put them here for now. But now I'm going to try and convince myself. Try to figure out whether I could put them in S tier. I really like Body Snatchers, man. No, I'm going to keep it there for now. I can't put the whole album in S tier. And Reckoner, I know a lot of people... this is some people's favourite track on the album, but I don't think it's quite S tier. All I Need and House of Cards, I definitely love. I'm not quite masterpiece. And first up, I'm going to also put in Love. It is my least favourite track, but I still love it. So, right. Hail to the Thief. My opinions of the songs on this album vary quite a lot. Punch Up at a Wedding. Easy. It's an easy love. A tier. Mixomatosis also A tier. Scatterbrain, great. Not quite as good as some other tracks. A Wolf at the Door. Personally, I don't love Wolf at the Door, but it's still great. It's a great closer. Sit Down, Stand Up. It's a masterpiece. No, I'm putting that in dislike. Yeah. I do not like it. Personally. It's a funny song. It's a meme. But the whole song has this like tense feel to it where it's like slowly building up. But then the release is not very satisfying. I really don't like that last part of Sit Down, Stand Up. And, it makes the build up to that part just like not kind of pointless. So overall, I don't like the song. I am really sorry to anyone that likes it. Sail to the Moon. Nope, minimum A tier. I'm close to masterpiece. I feel like my opinion on this song keeps going up over time, but for now I'm going to keep it in love. I'm ignoring the remixes. Backdrifts. B tier. Go to Sleep is A tier. Where I End and You Begin, A tier. With Suck and Blood, some people don't like this track. I do like it. The Gloaming, A tier. There, masterpiece. I doubt anyone would disagree with that. I will. I feel like I personally love it. I feel like I love it more than I should, and maybe I'm letting my bias in for that one, but it's great. And the opener is a masterpiece that used to be my favourite Radiohead opener for a long while. Well, actually, for a while, it was my favourite Radiohead song. Yeah, I like the way it builds up to that climax. So it's just a very satisfying song to listen to. So yeah, overall, I guess my opinion on Hail to the Thief is fairly high. Sit Down, Stand Up is the only song I don't like. Like these all, you can argue they have problems, but I don't know. Yeah. So I really like Hail to the Thief, all in all, and I am of course ignoring all of these remixes. Right. Here's a bunch of non-album tracks. I know I said I'm not counting alternate versions, but this is a really cool version of I Will. And I might like it more than the version that's on Hail to the Thief, actually. But I'm just going to leave it down here, because... Actually, the alternate version of Morning Bell I put up there, so I'll yeah, there you go. And I put it to the left to say that I like it more. Paper Bag Writer is pretty cool. It's a cool one to discover the first time. Gagging Order, I know I'm skipping some, but I'm skipping them because they're harder to rank. So I'm going to do Gagging Order first. I Love, maybe. I'm a Wicked Child. I don't remember. I'm not counting Fog again because it's Fog again. Iron Citizen saying Where the Bluebirds Fly are both like instrumental, experimental electronic songs, and they're pretty cool. But I'm going to leave them in just C tier. I'm a Working Child. I really don't remember. I can't remember. I feel no strong feelings about it. I'm going to leave it in like C tier. The Daily Mail and Staircase. I haven't heard the Daily Mail. I've only heard it a few times, which is the case with most non-album tracks. Staircase I've heard like once or twice. I'm going to put them both in great. I feel like Daily Mail is a pretty well-loved track, but if maybe I'll need to hear it a few more times to feel like I can put it any higher. Right, King of Limbs. I think the fact that it's so hated on sometimes makes me like it more in a weird way, but I have to put that aside and be honest with myself with this one. So to any King of Limbs fans, I'm really sorry about what I'm about to do. Like, great. Yeah. There you go. I mean, of course, I haven't heard as many as other Radiohead albums, so I'm not fully confident. But Little by Little annoys me, which I said in my King of Limbs video. And I was quite surprised by the comments. Some people say, oh, it's like the best track. But it really bothers me. And Morning Mr. Magpie and Pharaoh, I just don't really care for at all. But I don't mind them. Bloom is good, but I think that piano version that Tom York did makes me dislike this version more, because that version just outshines it a bit. Codex is pretty good, but you know, I'm very biased towards the piano Radiohead songs, and these three are all undeniably fantastic. So yeah. King of Limbs is an interesting album to talk about. I feel like every time I do, I piss off both King of Limbs defenders and King of Limb haters. So anyway, let's move on to A Moon-Shaped Pool. I was kind of dreading A Moon-Shaped Pool because, to be honest, I feel like my opinion of every track on this album is more or less the same. Well, I'm going to think about this carefully. So True Love Waits is an easy A tier. Some people will put it in Masterpiece. It's almost there. It's almost there. It's very close. Daydreaming. Yeah, easy. I love it. Again, I love the piano-based songs, and it's just really well produced. And I love the sound of it, but you know what? That applies to the whole album. Dex Dark, I love. Yep, I have nothing else to say. Desert Island Disc, that's the one with the acoustic part on it. I love that track. Full Stop is great. I think it's cool, but I don't enjoy it as much as other songs. It's a bit all over the place. Glass Eyes is really cool. I love Glass Eyes. Daydreaming is, for me, one of their best. That's a good opinion to have. Yeah, it's not quite Masterpiece for me, but it's fairly close. Identikit, I love. And in my ranking every track on A Moon-Shaped Pool from Worst to Best video, I put this as my favourite track, and I think it still is. But I still can't bring myself to put it in Masterpiece. The Numbers. For some reason I don't love The Numbers, but it's still a great track. Tinker Tailor Man, yeah, I'm not saying the whole thing. Not that I remember the whole title. Actually, I listened to this just before the stream, and I think it's in love. So, yeah. A lot of these songs, my opinion changes day to day. So maybe next time I listen to it, I'll not be as fussed. But present tense, A tier. I have a huge soft spot for this song, but I can't put it in masterpiece. And I like the acoustic versions that Tom York has done in like solo live shows. You can find them on YouTube. I actually prefer those versions. I love the way this version sounds, but it's in that stripped back scenario is it's pretty cool. Burn the Witch, A tier. Yeah, with Moon Shaped Pool, it's just like, it's a very consistent album, so I don't have any crazy takes, really. I know, I mean, some people might be annoyed about full stop and the numbers, but I still think they're great. Where are we? These are remixes, aren't they? So we're on the Creep EP. I do remember all these songs pretty well. I'm just not certain on where I stand. Inside My Head, it has a pretty good chorus, and I like the guitar playing. But I feel like it's a C tier song still. Yes, I Am, $1 Million Question are the same. I think they're neat, deep cuts. But yeah, they're C tier songs in my opinion. But if you haven't heard these songs, I recommend you listen to them anyway. They're still good. Okay, the OK Not OK songs, the OK Computer Leftovers. I don't feel too strongly about them, but I haven't listened to them many times. I think I Promise, Man of War, and Lift are all really good. I'm just trying to decide if they're A tier or B tier tracks. No, I'm going to put them in B tier because I don't think they're on the same level as, the actual OK Computer tracks. And the rest of these, where's... Oh, right, that's the piano one, isn't it? I forget what it's called. How I Made Millions, I think. These are all just, I like them. None of them. I listened through all of them before the stream, and none of them stuck out to me. This track, maybe if it were like, because this kind of is like a demo, so I'm going to keep it in like. But I have a soft spot for it just because of my love for stripped back piano type Radiohead songs. So if they had actually done something with this track, it could have been, like the precursor to Everything That's Right Place and Videotape. But for now, it's just C tier. Oh no, I don't. The Amazing Sounds of Orgy. Okay. I can vaguely remember all these songs. I think these are all like just okay. But Kinetic's pretty cool. I really like the main melody, and I think this is a really underrated track. And the first time I discovered it, I was like, "What? This is really good," and it is. So it's so good that I want to listen to it right now, but I should avoid playing too many songs. So on stream. Harry Patch, that's the one with the orchestra on it, isn't it? It's pretty cool. I don't think I love it, but again, with it being like a non-album single, I haven't heard it that many times. Killer Cars, and however you pronounce this one are both C tier. I think I like them both, but they don't stick out too much. These Are My Twisted Words. It's great. The Butcher and Super Collider. Oh, I don't remember these songs at all. I'm going to leave those two to last because all of the others I listened to before the stream, but I didn't re-listen to these. Coke Babies and Faithless Wonder Boy. Coke Babies is, I'm going to put it in indifferent. The lyrics are a bit annoying and it just doesn't stand out at all. But Faithless the Wonder Boy is it's a little catchy actually. Like a few days ago, this song was stuck in my head, so for that it gets C tier. Arlwind, I've heard like 3 times. I'll just put in great. Okay, the talk show host EPs are very, very interesting. Talk show host, I love. This is like, it's not a masterpiece, but it is. It's one of the best. I was going to say it's one of the best Radiohead songs, but it's like, look how big, look how much stuff is in A tier. Fucking hell. Anyway, Banana Co. It's great. I almost put it in love, but let's not be silly. This is underrated. But these two, they're just all right, I think. Spectre. This is the Radiohead James Bond theme that got rejected for being too melancholy. So, yeah, imagine asking Radiohead to write a theme song for your film and then rejecting it for being too melancholy. I don't really know why you would ask Radiohead to do a song for you if you didn't want it to be melancholy. So I don't know what's that about. It would have been really cool if this had actually been the theme, but it wasn't. Instead, Sam Smith got the part. Spectre, as it is, it's really cool, but I don't love it. Maybe I would have loved it if it had become the actual theme song. So, yeah, Vita. I don't think of it as like a Radiohead essential track. I can ignore most of these, but Stupid Car is the only song on the Drill AP which never resurfaced, and it's decent. Right, The Butcher and Super Collider I'm going to re-listen to. I do not remember what they sound like. Where's the playlist? Super Collider. Oh. Right. I don't really remember these tracks, to be honest. Okay, it's a bit unfair because I'm just not really familiar with those tracks. So I'm just going to put them in. I mean, I enjoyed them, but I don't know. Yeah. Sita, maybe they'll grow on me. So there you go. Those I've tiered I've tiered everything, but let's review it. I'll have a go at putting S tier in worst to best. Okay, but I'm not doing that for the rest. Is Paranoid Android my favourite Radiohead song still? I know I mentioned recently that Weird Fishes might be my new favourite Radiohead song, but it is my current favourite Radiohead song, but it's only been brief, so maybe it won't last. So for now I'm going to leave. I'll have it as the third best. How to disappear completely will be fourth. Oh no, why did I decide to do this? This is too hard. Well, let's put... Well, I'll put Airbag and Videotape at the bottom. Because they were both like, I was tempted to put an A tier. Exit music, we'll go lower. Maybe. Fuck. Okay, I give up. Okay. So let me come up with my top. I'll come up with the top 10. I'll do that. So. Okay. Well, there has to be top 10. Yeah. Number 5 is good. I think Pyramid Song has to be in there. I think at the moment everything in its right place is a top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 2 left. Jigsaw. Thick Plastic Trees. I don't know. I'm going to put Nude and Jigsaw. There you go. There's my top 10 Radiohead songs. Which looks completely different. Not completely different, but pretty different from my top 10 Radiohead songs video. Okay, so I'm just going to review the whole list. So S tier looks good to me. Actually, no, I can't be bothered. Okay, does anyone watching the stream have any issues with this tier list? Because I want to be able to discuss some of this. Well, I'll look at the bottom at least. I Can't Stop Whispering and How Do You. I feel like if you're in the right mood, they can be kind of catchy, but they're just a little annoying to me. It's almost like they're trying to be hits in a way. And Sit Down, Stand Up is just a bit pointless, and it gets annoying at the end, and Little by Little. So yeah, these are basically E is just like they annoy me. Where is Creep? Creep, I've put an A tier. Yeah. I love Creep. I don't really listen to it because I don't know, I think I've heard it too many times. But yeah. I do hope that there are no songs missing. I don't think there are. But I'm pretty sure there aren't any missing from albums, at least. Or I feel like I would have realised. Okay, I don't know what to do now. I've finished. I guess I'll end the stream if there are no other questions. Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching, everyone that did. Subscribe if you want to see more, and yeah, stay tuned. I do not know what video I'm going to do next. But at some point I'll also do like a Radiohead albums ranked worst to best video, and I'll also probably do more streams where I do a tier list of a certain artist's song catalogue. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.